OK, let's talk earphones. And by earphones, I don't mean the cheap bits of plastic that you got free with your phone, all right? In fact, if you're happy with those, maybe this isn't for you. I mean, seriously, go and make a cup of tea, all right? Get a little biscuit to dunk in there. Come back, because there's going to be some great stuff on later on the show, but maybe, you know, this isn't your moment, OK? But if you're still here, then you've got a treat in store, because the kind of earphones I'm talking about in this little test are premium quality. These really are top dollar, cutting edge, bleeding edge technology, the kind of technology that enters your ear canal and sort of gives it an oral, almost physical massage.
Gadgets don't come much easier to use than these in-ear headphones.
Just pop them in your ears and you're in your own little world.
However, they all differ wildly in terms of sound quality and comfort.
But which one should you go for to get an audio experience that is truly out of this world?
I'd pick 3 sets of the best in-ear headphones money can buy. A pair of Sennheiser CXC700 ear canal headphones with their latest NoiseGuard digital technology. A pair of Shure SE535s, which have 2 woofers and a tweeter in each earphone. And a pair of ACS T1 in-ear monitors used by professional musicians and performers. These are so specialised that a technician from ACS creates a mould of your ear.
Wow.
In order to make you a customised pair that fit perfectly.
And I'm going to test them in my specially designed earphone testing chamber. All right, it's not a chamber, it's a bus.
My first test was for sound leakage. It's incredibly irritating to hear odd noises coming out of someone's earphones. So I got a group of students to listen for any annoying little sounds leaking from my top-end kit.
So I'm going to load up randomly one of 3 types of tracks, a classical track, a high-end track and a bassy track, all right? You've got to try and guess which one.
I started with the Sennheisers and listened to a dance track with a lot of treble. And the students listened to see if any sound leaked out.
Well, what did you think the first track was?
I go for treble.
OK, what about you?
I'd go for more trebly.
And what about you, sir?
I couldn't actually hear anything from it.
So, 2 correct votes for the trebly dance track showed that the Sennheisers were clearly leaking sound. I then listened to a drum and bass track on a pair of Shures.
Really quite high bass.
I thought it was pretty bassy.
You're spot on, guys.
3 correct identifications proved that the Shures leaked more sound than the Sennheisers. I then listened to a classical track on my custom-fitted ACSs.
What do you think?
Nothing.
Wowza!
And after listening to all 3 music types on all 3 earphones, the ACSs were unquestionably the best at keeping sound in. Time for my second test. How good are the earphones at reducing background noise?
Do you know what? Modern life can half get noisy sometimes. I'm not just talking about the noise of the bus. There's also pneumatic drills, car horns, and of course, guys playing bagpipes.
I began by listening to the Sennheisers with their new NoiseGuard technology. This eliminates unwanted noise by adding phase-inverted anti-noise. But after listening to them with Ken the bagpiper in the background, I was disappointed.
The problem with these things is that despite a relatively good sound quality, they're just not loud enough. And certainly in a noisy environment, these are next to useless.
Shure described their earphones as sound isolating because they use soft, flexible sleeves to block background noise and deliver precise sound directly to the ear.
They sound fantastic. In this incredibly, more than usually noisy environment, they performed brilliantly.
Finally, the ACS T1s had been perfectly moulded to fit my ears, so unsurprisingly, little of Ken's playing interfered with the music I was listening to.
In terms of volume, quality, and all the 3 elements, the bass, the mid-range, and the treble, utterly fantastic.
My final test was the most important of all, sound quality. In order to judge all 3 pairs properly, I left the bus and settled down to listen to them in peace and quiet in order to decide my G ratings. First up, the Sennheisers, and what you're hearing is the actual audio recorded from the earphones.
Instantly I turn these on, I'm aware of a lack of volume. Quite a metallic sound. There's a clang to the sound. Really, I'm not getting anything more emotional from these than the standard headphones that come with my iPod.
The Sennheisers were ultimately disappointing. After careful consideration, I could only give them 2 Gs. Next, the Shures.
These Shures really do reek quality. They're great. They've got a rounded quality. They're a sort of mature sound. I can hear all the different frequencies. The bass is very full. But I did hear that duck then.
Improved performance, but they did have some sound isolation issues. I decided to award the Shures 4 Gs. Finally, the ACSs.
In order to get the bass part of the range, you have got to make sure they're in absolutely perfectly. Oh, the strings. I can see the little fiddler fiddling. Just brilliant, they're just brilliant.
I was, for once, speechless. It's a thoroughly deserved 5 Gs for the ACSs. Expensive, but essential for those wanting to listen to music at the very highest level possible.
I've always found earphones moulded to your ears very good for sound isolation and also extremely comfortable. I'm glad you did too.
Yeah, I mean, at first, I wasn't sure if I was going to get on with them, because you do have to fiddle around to get them in there, don't you? It feels quite a strange sensation.
It takes a little bit of time to get used to it.
But there was no contest, certainly in terms of isolation. I think when it comes to sound, people have different experiences, and I know the Shures are very, very popular.
I like those 525s, I do. Yeah.
Exactly. I found with the kind of music I was listening to that the ACS T1s really delivered, and yes, when properly fitted, super comfortable.